Got it. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Monday, as always.
Well, not last week. It's been a minute.
Mm.
Damn.
Oh, Lord.
Sorry.
Well, actually,
Was that Tuesday and Wednesday we got news? So we had nothing to go off of last week. So we're kind of just like, we'll take a breather. And then, of course, we get tons of news the following after.
Right, they really couldn't
Lionsgate was like,
had that
bet.
come out Monday.
Know who we are and what we talk about. So
Right?
They've got spies.
come on, Lionsgate. Yeah, they're like, we're trying to screw them over, actually.
Wouldn't it be so cool if they gave us exclusive information and we could be the ones to announce it?
I would cry. I've
Just
never
a thought.
Right. It just makes me think of like Hunger Games Fireside Chat back in the day where they announced Cinna literally on a Monday evening during their show. Like they knew. They did that on purpose.
Dang.
So cool. Well, let's hope to be like that someday.
That's our goal.
That's what we're working towards. Yeah, exactly.
But before we start talking about some ballad casting announcements and news, Emily and I reached 1,000 followers.
Woo.
Big news.
That's what's up.
Exactly. We're in the big leagues now. We definitely have so many followers like Jerry. Anyway. We're doing a giveaway to celebrate 1,000 followers. So if you check out our Instagram, it'll have all the rules to sign up for the giveaway, but we are giving away the new Target editions of the original series, like the movies. I don't know what they're like called specifically because I feel like everyone's just coming out with like new Hunger Games covers. So
Right? Like how about that Walmart
Yeah.
cover? Like where did that come from?
I have so many mixed feelings about that.
It just popped up so randomly, like, oh, that's the thing.
yeah,
Like the
Right.
weirdest Photoshop, like the weirdest picture they could choose of Katniss, and then it's
And
blue.
like colors.
Why
Yeah.
blue? There's no blue. Is there a blue Mockingjay suit out there somewhere?
And then the Catching Fire picture for Mockingjay Part 1.
Wait,
Oh
I've
my
seen all of
God.
those. I need to see these. I've only seen the Hunger Games one.
I do appreciate that they have one that has like the Mockingjay pendant in again, because that feels nostalgic to me.
Yes, because they had one with the first movie. It was that larger size disc,
Mhm.
like her shooting the arrow, and then you had the Mockingjay pin, which I had, and then I like took the whole thing apart, and now I only have the box. So rip.
Oh, you lost the pin that came with it?
Guys, okay, controversial. I don't know if I've ever told anyone this. I used to have like 5 Mockingjay pins, as one does. I don't have a single Mockingjay pin.
Oh my God.
Holly.
Holly.
They're probably on items of
Fake fan.
clothing. Or
Yeah.
maybe you like got rid of them or like I don't know.
You know something though? I would just like to share this because I feel like this could help people out, and maybe you, Holly. I could not find my original NECA Mockingjay pin that I got in 2012 that might have been my first piece of Hunger Games merch
No.
for years until
Oh,
I like literally like the day before or something of like the 10th anniversary. I was going through all sorts of boxes and storage from my move, like when I moved back from Savannah. I had a brief Star Wars phase, okay?
wow.
And I had the little replica BB-8 that was like remote controlled or whatever.
Yes, I always wanted that.
So I had one of those. And for whatever reason, I thought it made total sense to put the Mockingjay pin in that box with the BB-8. And that's why I couldn't find it, because how else was I supposed to find it? So moral of the story, it could be anywhere, which I realize is not helpful, but I'm also saying don't give up.
All is not lost.
So,
It's there
exactly.
somewhere.
Exactly.
I have to say that it has to be somewhere. Like especially like
At
I
least one of them.
like one of them, the first one I ever had was it was given away with like the books, so it's like more gold, and I think it didn't rust, but what is it called when like
It oxidized.
yeah, so it was like kind of green. I
Mm.
had that
Ooh.
one, and I had that. I had Peta's necklace. I had Phoenix necklace.
Oh my god.
So many things, and I haven't been able to find it. I've talked about this before, I think, but I've gone through every other part of where my merch is. But I have yet to see that, and I'm worried my mom gave that away. I'm
I was just gonna
Mm.
say, hopefully they didn't get donated or something.
imagine. But
That
anyway,
happened to some of my like Twilight stuff.
Damn.
really no. Well, one of my favorite pieces of merch from Twilight that I had was the Renesmee bracelet, which that thing goes for like
Oh, it's so
one
expensive.
so
Yeah,
expensive.
because I know you've mentioned you wanted it, and I've been kind of looking whenever, it's up or something, and it's so expensive.
Yes. And I'm like, why? I used to wear it all the time.
Well, good thing you could get a Mockingjay pin for cheap.
Yeah.
Look into that one. So anyway, long story short, go to our Instagram and sign up for the giveaway. We will be sending them out to the lucky winner. So you have a week. So now until June 27th, you can enter. So yes.
Woo.
Woo.
Ooh.
But also, I guess moving on. Last week, should we first talk about
Let's talk about the tributes. and
tribute?
the mentors.
Okay. I need to pull up. I don't remember all
So
of
that was Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
That came out first.
And they just gave us, I think there were 5.
I think
Yes, 5.
It was just all at once.
Mm-hmm. Which is awesome. I think I'm really excited about this like group. I think it's great.
Yeah.
The only thing is I'm kind of like, where is the targeted casting marketing campaign here? Like we got for the Hunger Games. I mean, I guess I'm asking for too much.
Yeah, you are.
But-
Now that they have all this money, they don't care about us.
But there's so many more people to cast as well. So it's kind of like, why? Like, there's so many tributes and mentors. Why wouldn't they do it a little bit more systematically?
What I find interesting is because, we're still, we've talked about this before where we don't know how much of what part is going to be cut or changed or modified. And I was kind of wondering about that because I'm like, I wonder which tributes they're going to kind of focus on,
Yeah.
because Bobbin obviously makes sense. But to be honest, like Coral, like I didn't think we were going to get like a big deal casting announcement about Coral, even though I
Yeah.
know she's like, she does have her moment and stuff, but like I'm surprised that we got that before we got like someone like say Jessup, or
Right. Or
like
Arachne.
right. So I'm like trying to figure out based on these castings where I'm like, okay, maybe they're gonna like combine a few tributes together as far as like what they do in the
Yeah.
games or something.
I feel like that's
and then
kind of my
just-
question. Like, are these
Yeah.
5 gonna be the focus? Like, are they
Right.
gonna be the highlighted tributes and mentors? Is that what this means?
But it's just
Mhm.
weird because they're like, I mean, like you said, you were surprised about Coral. I wasn't surprised about her, but I mean, it's just like random. It's not like District 1 and District 1 and District 2 and District 2. It's like,
Yeah.
what is it? It's District
Here's
2.
a bunch of people.
What was Felix? District 11 or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Like, that's what I'm like, I don't even remember this dude, to be quite honest with
Does he
you.
even have any? I don't remember him having any lines. So it's just, I don't know.
I'm wondering if they're gonna take Felix and make him more of like the rival to Snow.
Ugh, no, that's
way.
Venus's role. We're supposed to do the enemies to lovers.
They
But
could
like
still do that.
someone
Okay.
someone in the capital that he is like jealous of, I guess, but like not friends with.
I mean, he
Yeah.
looks very like posh. I don't know. He looks
Yeah.
very so it's gonna be like I
Well,
get this kid.
and that's fitting because he's a Raven still, so like
Yeah.
Right.
that would make sense for that kind of like narrative.
Mhm.
Also, I really appreciate the fact that Knox Gibson, who was cast as Bobbin, is an amputee.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's really cool.
I'm like, okay, I will forgive the pita leg scenario
Amen. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
'cause
Like the
yes,
representation here within these 5 is just awesome.
And I
Mhm.
love that that's not something like they just cast him. It's not like that was a
Yeah.
feature of the character. It was just like, well,
Yes.
anybody can play these different tributes, which is great.
I did also see, and I'm sure we'll talk about this a little bit later, but like the casting calls they've been posting for Germany, I did see at one point that like they described it as like odd bodies or something.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
like people who have like physical disabilities, like noticeable scars, you know, etc., is encouraged. And I'm like, that's really interesting. And it makes sense because this is like so closely after the war,
Mhm.
that it makes sense that you would have like a decent amount of the population that would be, disabled from the war, literally.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like you said, Emily, I'm really glad that it's just cool to see that kind of representation in a character that is not canonically like, necessarily supposed to be that way, I guess. I'm not expressing myself well here, but you get my point.
No,
I
yeah.
I think the thing about it that I was like, whoa, was when I read that it was like a lawnmower accident that he lost
Yeah,
his arm. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God.
I didn't read any of that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, it just reminded me of like the Sinister movies. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I was like,
No.
God, this dude is like insane to like, I don't know, it's awesome. He's gonna be a badass
Also,
villain.
he's 14,
Yeah,
which
I
is
was
also encouraging because, like, you know, we're so used to seeing people who are in their early 20s play teenagers, and they did do that in the first movie, like especially like the boy from 12 is very noticeably young, and Amanda Stenberg and stuff. But it's still cool to just see that. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
and with the casting of like the main characters too, it's
exactly.
been much older, so
The
hopefully there
contrast.
are even more tributes who are younger.
Hmm. I do love that Mackenzie Lansing is a queer
yes.
French American redhead for District 4. I was like, this is me.
I love that. I messaged you and did you say like
Yeah,
it's on Pride Month too?
exactly.
Yes.
Oh, that's gotta be your cosplay.
Literally, I was like, all right, now it's time to make a whole personality based off of Coral. I got to figure out. I have a little District 4 shelf on my Hunger Games shelves now, so got to work her in there.
And District 4. I love that for
That's what I'm
you.
saying. Thank you.
I
Yeah.
was just like I was happy because I always pictured like anyone from District 4 with like red hair. I don't know. Because
Mhm.
probably the Annie
Yes.
thing. And so when I saw this, I was like, I didn't picture anything, but I only pictured red hair. And look at this. Wow, they did it. So I'm excited.
Watch them like change her hair color. No, I'm kidding. Um,
That's so funny. But yeah, I was
also,
excited.
yeah, no, it was awesome. Clemencia, perfect.
Yes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I think that's my favorite casting so far.
Really?
Yeah. I really wanted an Asian actor or actress to be in like a larger role, and so that just makes me really happy. And I've also, of all of the people, I had actually seen her in Fuller House, which I mean, totally different kind of role, but I was like, oh, I recognize this
Oh, that's
person,
cool.
and I think they're, a good actor. So I'm super excited. And she's a fan.
Yes.
Yes.
I love seeing the fans getting cast. Like people who are really
Yeah.
excited about the material is just really exciting to see.
Mm-hmm. It makes me happy. Because then they probably like. I mean, I don't know if they would probably have a script by now, right? Like
Oh
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if she's a fan, I feel like she'd be reacting like really like she's happy with the script. I don't know. That's just
Mhm.
what I'm thinking about. I'm like, yay!
Could you imagine you
Me!
like go in for an audition, but you're like a diehard fan at the same time, and they give you like your sides to do your audition
You're like,
with,
oh no,
and
no,
you're like,
no.
oh,
What
and then
is this?
they give you Gail on the Capitol train, and you're like, oh no.
Yes.
You just try and like when they're filming, put the real dialogue back in there.
Or you just go, you just hand them back the script, and you're like,
All
thanks
these.
guys, I'll give you guys a call back. I'll let you know.
That's awesome. And then okay, I've only seen the one picture of is it Jerome?
Yeah.
Playing
Marcus, are we talking about?
yeah, Marcus. And so I have to look I'm looking up a picture right now, but I mean he looks cool. The first thing I saw his face and I just thought of his like body like hung around the arena and I was like,
my
oh,
Oh.
take me to dark
Yeah.
places already, I guess, but it'll be hard.
I'm ready.
Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, you can finish.
I was just gonna say I wonder, like I know we've talked about we have to go with a PG-13 rating, but I wonder if they're gonna like show that scene. Like or like how
Yeah.
they'll like show that moment, I guess. Because I feel like they have to do it, especially if they cast a Marcus and put him in the first round of tributes. He's gonna be a big deal.
Yeah.
But
Like a lad's lad. I'm looking at Instagram and it's just him like with his friends posting like with their peace signs and stuff like he's from he goes to school in Wales. Wales.
what?
He goes to acting school. Or
Mm.
he
British.
graduated. Yeah, he's British.
He hasn't been in anything.
No, yeah,
No.
he's just
So-
coming out of the drama school. So this is his first role.
Oh.
It's really interesting how they're like choosing.
I mean,
unknown,
Tom has basically
cast.
been in nothing, almost nothing too, except for
Yeah.
like the one show. So
Well, I mean, we're really sourcing a lot of material from West Side Story, so
Oh my god.
Ooh,
everyone.
great segue.
I am excited to see the like Marcus and Janus dynamic, because that always like fascinated me when reading about, or not I guess fascinated, I don't know, but just being in either of their position must be so crazy and terrible.
hmm
Like I really do hope that they kind of emphasize that, even if it's just like one scene or something like
Yeah.
really quick, but just to acknowledge that like they have a prior history, they know each other from before
Oh.
this, and one of them like Sid Janus is debatably lucky or unlucky depending on how you look at it, but it's just a really interesting like pair. Because I feel like that would be a really great way to sort of redeem how like we in the books Katniss recognizes the Avox girl.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that, and I think it would be really cool to include that, just a little bit at least. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like the movie can only enhance the that situation because
Yeah.
on the book it's one-sided between we just see it from Coriolanus' side. So I hope they really hone in on that in the movie.
Like the eyes, like them like looking at each other. Ugh.
A flashback in their little schoolboys or something.
Yeah,
Except
Like
it's
actor
just
reaping.
them
Oh my god,
on the
yes.
playground. They don't cast younger actors.
Amen.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh, I just looked him up and I was like, it's like coming up with like all these different people. I'm like, who is this? And the only photo now I get, Jerry, is from his headshot from university, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, I wish we had more photos.
I'll send you
Mhm.
guys the account.
Yes. See, Jerry's on it. Like, I just love that you already know so much about everyone. I'm like, yes.
When they were cast, Jerry was the best, posting everybody, posting their handles, so I could easily just click and follow everybody. It was great.
And Jerry is the one who is always like, look who is cast, look who, like sending stuff. I'm like, oh my God, go off. Like, I'm glad I have
My
you.
favorite is that Jerry's like, so Janus gives me Wednesday vibes. Boom.
Yeah.
Lucy Gray
Same
gives
with
me
Lucy
Tuesday
Gray.
vibes. Boom.
No, but
Okay.
it makes sense though. It makes sense.
But I
Like,
love that Nina was posting, just like last time, I think it was Kaylee that mentioned that she posted soon in response on Twitter to someone asking about casting, and then it was
Oh,
like 2
yeah.
days later they were cast. And then this
Yeah.
time someone asked about Sejanus, she said soon, and 2 days later he was cast.
I want to tweet
It's
that
not-
Twitter right now.
Yeah. I appreciate that it's not what I call an Imagine Dragons soon, because they like to be cryptic with their like album releases, and every so often people will be like, when are we getting new music? And then they'll say soon with like an ellipses or like some random emoji, and we're supposed to know what that means. And then it'll either come out like later that day or like 6 months from when they tweet.
Oh,
It's like there's
no.
like no in between. So yeah, I appreciate that when she says soon, it means literally soon.
Yeah. It's just exciting. And then, okay, before we move on to the next piece of news, what day are you getting this week, Jerry? What are you feeling?
So it's a pattern. So we got
Thursday?
Tom. Yeah, we got Tom on Monday.
Oh, man.
Rachel on Tuesday. Josh on Wednesday. So I'm thinking Tigers Thursday. You know.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could see that.
You know.
Yeah, let's go with that. I like that.
I associate colors to the days of the week, and
Ooh,
Tigris makes me think of orange, and for me, Thursdays have always been orange.
Wednesday's orange.
Wednesday's orange. I was just gonna
Wednesday's
say that.
green. I think
What?
Wednesday's green.
I was just say, yeah, Wednesday is like,
Tuesday's green.
I don't know, it shifts on me. It's usually like a
Tuesday's
forest
blue.
green.
Thursday's like a
purple.
green or a blue.
Yeah, I would
No.
agree with Emily. It's like darker. The dark.
AJ, we know. AJ, we know.
Thank you.
Holly, we know.
But yeah,
This just becomes like a synesthesia debate. Let's go.
okay, we also found out then Wednesday. Jerry found out
James
first that it was Sejanus was cast. So our Sejanus plinth is Josh Andres Rivera. Dun dun dun, aka Rachel's boyfriend in real life, which is
And
interesting.
co-star in West Side Story.
Small world, Hollywood is. When I saw that Sejanus was cast, like I saw that there was a photo sent and somebody said something about Sejanus, and I was like, I'm not opening this. I just sat there for a few minutes, like really scared. I was like, I don't want to know.
I didn't think it was real. I thought it was another fan cast, and I had no idea who he was at all at first, regardless. So for some reason, like, I don't know if it was because we had just gotten like the 5 actors the day before or something, but I just felt sort of like bamboozled, and I just couldn't like process it for a while. It still really hasn't sunk in, to be honest. I'm not necessarily against it. I'm just like, is this real life? Like,
Yeah, Abby
Where am
said in the
I?
comments it actually felt like a joke when they announced him.
oh no.
That's kind of how I felt. We had just watched West Side Story too, so it just felt very surreal.
Yeah.
I guess that's the part that kind of feels on the nose almost, you know?
I think it was hard because he was like my least favorite, like, part on West Side Story. But when I started to, so at first, like, everyone, no offense, Josh, we were all a little bit upset, to be honest. But then, like, we started talking, and when I found out that that was Rachel's boyfriend, I know it's like dumb, but I felt a lot better about the casting. Like, I don't know why I felt more relieved, but I said that at least we know that there's not going to be like a forced relationship between Tom and Rachel. So that's good. That's like kind of good news. But then also, like,
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
I have been thinking about like think about interviews with Josh, Jen, and Liam, they're like dynamic, always like super fun and chaotic and really cute. Like you can't help but smile when you watch their interviews together. And like to think that the trio is finally like complete and knowing Rachel's dating him and like Tom's gonna be really close with them. I don't know. I'm really excited to see their dynamic, not really in like I'm excited for the movie, but to see their dynamic like in interviews and stuff. I think they're gonna have a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I guess I trust them. He's not what I imagined would be Sejanus, but I mean again, we always talk about it. Trust the people in charge of the movie and know that again we're not seeing him as the character. So I'm like he was probably the one I was most
Yeah.
excited about, but also like I'm excited to see it. I think it's
Yeah. Like for me, like when Tom was announced, I was like, I see it. Like immediately, I was like, I see the vision. I can already see it, like in my mind. Rachel Zegler was announced, and I was like, different, but I see it. Like it for me, it was very instant.
mhm.
And Josh versus Janus for me did not happen instantly,
Yeah.
but I do have a feeling that when we do get to see the first look of him as Sejanus, then it'll like click. At least that's what I'm hoping for, but I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I
I
think
hope
he's
so
the one that
too.
takes a little bit more convincing for me, but I'm like down, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like I feel the same way. When I saw it, I was indifferent about it, but thinking about his role in West Side Story, I feel like his character in that and Sejanus are kind of similar in some ways, and so I feel like he can play the type,
Mhm.
and so I'm optimistic because I trust the casting and I trust
Mhm.
the producers and stuff. So if they think he can pull it off, then I will we will wait and see.
I'm kind of curious about how those conversations went down. Like, was it coincidental that they were like, auditioning him? Was it like through Rachel? Like, did they both decide, like, hey, let's both audition for this? Was it like, hey, Rachel, you're really great. What's your boyfriend like? Like, I just want to know how that came about. And I'm sure they'll tell us or like
I mean,
give
she's
us
like the
some
huge
indication.
Hunger Games fan, right? So she was probably
Yeah,
like, "Hey,
let's
I'm
do
auditioning
this.
for this. You should audition for this role.
Audition
You'd be
too. Yeah.
great." So, yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's funny because when I was at Target the other night, they were advertising West Side Story, and I was like, I turned to Max and I was like, oh my God, look, it's the Ballad movie because now we have so many from from West Side Story. So now I need to rewatch it again.
I
So
just can't believe during our like recast episode, I was like, let's just take everybody from West Side Story. I thought that was good and make them the recast for the Hunger Games. And that's kind of, what the producers did for Ballad. So
To watch that episode.
It's the remix.
yes. So it'll be fun. I think I'm excited. I think I just like you I don't know how to like say what my thought is, but with the Hunger Games, like obviously we didn't know what to expect with the movie, but I mean, you have an idea that you're gonna see the arena, you're gonna see the reaping, you're gonna see like all these certain the cave scene, like all these different parts. But with Ballad, again, like I think we keep talking about how
Mhm.
don't really know what to expect because it's such a dense book that you can't fit it all into a movie. So again,
Yeah.
somebody like I don't know who mentioned it before, but like seeing the casting for the tributes and mentors and now Sejanus, I'm just curious to see them in costume. Like I want to see set pictures. I'm like getting greedy now, but I want to see them. It's just so exciting. I want to see them as characters and get an idea of what they're trying to film. So I'm
Yeah.
just excited for the next part.
Usually, like when I'm really excited for a movie, I try to avoid all the trailers and avoid like everything as much as I can because I
Mhm,
really want like to just go in blind and just be completely like blown away by it.
mhm.
But when it comes to the Hunger Games, like I can't. And to
I
quote our
can't. I can't.
just
Behind
to quote our girl Katniss, I just can't afford to think like that. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, no, like I'm too anxious. And it's like, plus, I mean, now that, I'm on Instagram and stuff, I feel like a certain responsibility to be like, here's a trailer, here's the latest thing. So I feel like I kind of have to do it, and I'm happy to do it. But yeah, I'm like you, of like, okay, I want to see the first like leaked photos of like, people outside, like like paparazzis or something, like taking pictures of the set. Not, I hate paparazzis, just to be clear, but it's gonna happen unless they like work in like a warehouse or something. But a lot of their filming locations are going to be outside, so I need it.
Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, I just said I need it. That's all.
Oh.
You can go ahead.
I was just about to say that's a good segue into our next part about. Well, did everyone get their thoughts out about Sejanus?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm like, get your thoughts out about Sejanus because you.
But they're not good.
You're allowed to have your opinion.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's nothing against like Josh or his acting or anything. Just, I mean, he's just not physically what I pictured. Especially thinking about like looking at Marcus and Sejanus. Like, I just thought Marcus would be like a lot bigger, and I pictured Sejanus a little bit more, well, definitely taller than Snow, which I don't think he is. And just kind of like more of a lanky, I guess, body type. I mean, it's nothing to do with like attractiveness or anything. It's just he's not like, I think I pictured Sejanus most clearly while I was reading than any other character, and he just doesn't fit. So I'm kind of disappointed. Sort of like me when Sam Claflin was cast as Finnick, which Sam Claflin, I feel like, matches what I thought of Finnick more than the difference between Josh and Sejanus. But I mean, we'll see. I'm not like, I'm still open, but I'm just a little disappointed that it doesn't match really anything close to what I thought for the character. And then I am kind of disappointed too that we didn't get, the trio is not more diverse at all. I mean, I can understand people were really upset when Rachel was cast, and I was kind of like, yeah, but Sejanus, like, I am so confident that they're going to cast an Asian actor or a Black actor to play Sejanus, and they're all white, and the original trio is all white, and so I feel like that's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah. Again, it's not what we were expecting in the end. Like, we go back to our ballad casting, and it was different, but I guess we'll go from there. I hope that they did a good job diversifying the 5 tribute/mentors that we got. So I hope that they continue with that more.
Yeah. I'm happy for Clemencia, so
well, okay.
So that's good.
You mentioned their height, so I looked it up. Rachel Zegler is 5'2". She's a little tiny baby.
She is, yeah.
Tom is
I think he's 6 feet.
Yeah, he's 6 foot, and then Josh is 6'1". So
see, I don't know that for sure though, because a bunch of different sites said different things. They either said like 5'9" or it's 6'1". So I'm not sure.
6'1", 5 feet 8 inches. Yeah, wait, you're right. 6'1". I'm
inconclusive.
You have to look at the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, I 5'9". Guys, what are we talking about here? I don't know. I'm just excited to see them as a threesome. Not in that way, but
maybe.
Potentially.
Oh no,
Fails.
All right, this is a family show. Hey, who ordered this PG-13 or rated R, whatever?
Rated R.
That's a separate conversation for a different time.
I'll bring it up later. Let's talk about. So again, a lot of casting news, but as AJ mentioned, there is a lot of news going around about the casting calls that they're having in Germany. So I don't know. We should probably pull it up.
Should we talk about how I'm ready to sell my soul to be an extra?
Okay, I'm gonna start because it hurts me. It physically hurts me. I was 11, 12 when they were filming the Hunger Games. A dream. What a dream it would have been to be in like the District 12 reaping or, so I don't know, anything. Just anything.
Yeah.
I remember I'm sure you all felt it. I remember the exact emotions I had thinking, oh, I could have been an extra. I didn't know what an extra was because I was so young, but I was like, oh, this could have been me. Like, I wish. And then it was like, they all came out back to back and I was too young. And now I'm like, when I found out that Ballad was going to be a movie, I was like, this is my time. I don't care. I will travel anywhere in this country. I will go. And here we are. And it's in Germany. So happy for all my European Hunger Games fans, but also like hate you because why? Why Europe? Why can't you do it here? It just
because it's the perfect place.
No, it's not.
Aesthetically.
No. I'll make it perfect.
no.
Yeah,
My
it's
house
so
is pretty
tough.
nice.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Jerry. Come down to Littleton, okay? It's nice here.
I would absolutely be wherever I needed to be in the US. I would because I have that privilege. Like I could take time off. I could
Yeah.
just go there and live for a little while. It'd be fine. But Germany, I don't have a work visa. So I'm literally like Googling jobs in Germany, trying to figure out, could I quit my job and get a new job in time to get a work visa for August?
They're like watching this right now. They're like, Emily.
I'm out here thinking like I have a French passport. That's European Union. Is that all that I would need? And then I'm like, and here I am going to Europe this week, and I'm like,
yeah, AJ, are you figuring it out? Because I would be if I were you.
Yeah,
I would,
I think that
but
would work.
maybe, but I have zero money right now. I would definitely not have a way to thank you.
I'll throw in $100
to sustain myself while I'm there. Plus, I don't know, like hopefully starting a new job like this summer, but I don't know when that's happening. So it would be really stressful if like, let's say by some miracle, which this isn't happening, so it doesn't matter, but like, let's just say that I was there, that I got a job as an extra on this set, and then my friend is like, hey, so I need you to start tomorrow. And I'm like, I'm in Germany indefinitely. Like, that's it's like terrible and awesome timing at the same time.
What I'm thinking about right now is if you were to do it, and I know obviously you would cover your tattoos because they don't want tattoos for the cast.
That's another thing.
But what I was thinking, it would be funny if you just show up with Katniss on your arm. Like,
let me in.
You're like the prophet.
The dedication. Oh my God, the prophet. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, it doesn't really matter because ultimately, like, what they're looking for, like, there's so many people that are gonna apply that don't have tattoos or piercings or anything. I mean, I would take out my piercings for the Hunger Games. I would be really sad to do it, but I would do it. But the tattoos, I am like, I don't have face tattoos or anything, but I'm still very visibly tattooed, and they would have to put me in like pants and long sleeves, or they would have to like do crazy makeup, which like, why would they do that if, there's plenty of people out there who are not nearly as heavily tattooed as I am. So when I read that description, I was like, well, that pretty much does it for me. I didn't really look past that. But I will say, I mean, I know we're all jealous here in the US, but we did get almost the entire franchise, the original series. I am kind of happy that, other fans overseas get to have a piece in their games. No, a piece of the film history and stuff. And I know Europe is still just one part of the world, and it's not every continent that gets to participate, but I don't know, I think it's kind of cool that like other people get to experience it too.
You're a nice person. I'm like, screw
it is. I feel like I have no greater ambition in life than to be on the film set of a Hunger Games movie. Like, honestly.
Like a bathroom attendant
So
or something. Like I don't.
anything, Nina, can I shine your shoes? What can I do?
See, like for me, what I would be most interested, like being in the movie would obviously be amazing, and I would never turn that down in a million billion years if that was handed to me. But like, I would be more like I'm more interested in like if I had an opportunity to be part of like the previs and like concept art team, because that's really like that's my field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's what I'd be most interested, or if it's not concept art, because obviously like I'm super not qualified for that, and I would have had to be approached years ago already. But you know, for like promotional stuff, like exclusive limited edition posters or like that sort of thing, like that's my jam. So that's where I'm more like, okay, maybe with that, there's still something I can do. But it would still take a miracle, but you never know. I feel like I'm closer to that than I am to being cast in anything or be on the set in person.
Yeah, I guess I'm happy for everyone. Like
You said that with
I
so much
guess.
bitterness.
I love everyone's happy.
I mean, we do have some friends in the area. Hopefully they get picked.
Mhm.
We know people who have applied, so
Shout out Lily.
It's just so exciting.
crossing our fingers.
Lily, you are now the Mockingjay if you're listening.
Absolutely.
Don't get this, I will cry because then I won't have
Right.
any knowledge about it. So, I don't know where the casting call is, but I don't remember what they like called for.
I think it was a wide range of people, like age 8 to 80.
And then, okay, the one thing
Yeah.
that shook me, and I talked about it with people, was, and I think we all talked about it. I think we all sang. I don't know if you know that meme. But
I sent the link in the group chat.
what?
I sent the link to.
Oh yeah,
Ashley.
panam-casting.de.
It's so weird. I cannot access. Anyway, I'm on my computer. I lost my phone, guys.
Oh no.
Wait, you
Roller-
really
roller
lost
coaster.
it?
Well, lost it as in like I got home from work and I have it in my house, but I just have no idea where
Oh.
it goes.
That's better.
I looked for it and I just can't find it.
It's like your Mockingjay pin. You're gonna find your Mockingjay pin before you find your phone.
Stop. That would be amazing. But in the casting call, they mention needing people with like a buzzed haircut, I guess, which is like for me when I read that I was like, that's very arm or military like.
Right.
And
District
so
12.
we're
Would
like,
you guys buzz cut your hair for the Hunger
Yes.
Games?
absolutely.
I shaved my head 2 years ago. I'll do it
Love
again.
I'm just flashbacking to my sister asked me if I would eat poop to be an extra in the Hunger Games. I said yes,
Like, yes.
because I'm wild.
Awful.
Every day.
Do
An
not call
extra-
Emily out on her bluff. She will eat poop. You've heard it here, folks.
Nina, if you're listeing.
Oh my god.
That should just be a sound bite that we should have.
No, please no.
Clip it.
I think this is
Everyone screen record this right now.
but yeah, so we can assume that they are filming part 3 of Ballad or parts of it at least in Germany.
Which makes sense because
Does it?
what was the timeline for filming there was like July to November. So that's, I guess, the
Yeah.
entire shoot. They're probably not filming anything here.
It just
I mean, it makes sense because it's probably way less expensive for them to stay there for 5 months rather than
Yeah.
have 2 major filming locations. So
Mhm.
might as
And
well.
then the casting call with people who have like scars or like different, visual appearances, that's probably district scenes.
It could even be capital though, because like I said, like it's right after the war. It's
Yeah.
possible that like there's people walking
True.
around or not walking around or like just out and about that are clearly like physically marked from the war. It could just be
Yeah.
all across the board, to be honest. I feel like it's applicable for either side.
Yeah. When I heard that, I thought more of like the capital too.
Mhm.
But yeah, we'll see. So if you live in Europe or part of the EU, have a work permit or visa, or you can work, um, go apply to be an extra. And
And tell us all about it.
yeah,
Sign NDAs, but like don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you have to like record them, like secretly record.
Just get a tiny GoPro, put it in like the button opening of a shirt or something. Just figure it out. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
We
So
can't pay you, but we will credit you. Actually, we won't.
we'll
We'll
love
keep you anonymous and keep you safe.
For legal
Because
reasons,
Lionsgate
this
doesn't
is a
play.
joke.
Yeah, we can keep you anonymous.
For
If you
legal
come on,
reasons,
we'll
this
just
is a
do
joke.
voice. We'll change your voice. It's fine. Forget about the NDA.
You know, don't sue us.
Yeah. You're welcome into the tribute talk then. That's what you get. But
Ooh,
yeah,
that is something that we should do though. Like once this movie's out and like NDAs are no longer in effect, if we know anyone who listens in or follows us or something that does get cast or is an extra, like that seems like a cool guest idea.
yeah, that's
Yes,
really smart.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
we're a ways away from that, but I'm just putting it out there.
So exciting. So let us know. Go apply for us.
Go live our dream.
We three finger salute you.
Do what we can't.
I don't hate you. What are you talking about? I never said anything rude about you. But so those are 3 parts of announcements. Oh, I wanted to share this because I found this. I have never found any news on my own. I always get it from other people.
Ooh.
Because if you go to see the new Lightyear movie, you can see the valid teaser trailer in theaters. I like, my friend was going and there were like rumors going around like it could be playing in one of the movies coming out. And I was like, huh. And so my friend went and I was like, hey Drew, can you like let me know if the ballad trailer plays before Lightyear? And he sends me a picture and I was like, yes.
That was a crisp picture too.
I know. I was like, thanks, Drew. Thank you very much. But yes, so
Long exposure shot.
go see Lightyear to see the teaser trailer, which I am an AMC Stubs member, proudly. Proudly.
Yes.
So here's the thing. I have my favorite theater. I go there quite frequently, as one does with a Stubs account. And
Not sponsored.
not sponsored,
But if you want to.
Seriously, I'm really tempted to like go to like get tickets to a movie I want to see. Like Lightyear will be fine. I'm not a big Pixar fan. But get tickets to a movie I want to see and then be like, hey, I swear, if one of you comes with me, or I'll give you my credit card or my driver's license, let me just go watch the Valid teaser trailer. I'll stand off to the side, and as soon as it's done, I'll come out. I promise. I'm not gonna like steal from anybody. Like I thought about it. I was asking Max, like, what movie do we want to see this week? And I was like, do we want to see Lightyear? Do we want to see Jurassic Park? I'm kind of leaning more Jurassic Park. But then I'm like, do I pay like $10 to see a teaser trailer on a screen? I don't know. So there's a lot happening in my head right now, but yeah.
I could just imagine the conversation of you going to the ticket counter. You're like, okay, so hear me out. I know this is or actually better yet, you just walk up and you're like, you haven't done anything wrong, but please just get me your manager. This will be a lot faster. Like,
That's smart, bro.
I'm just speaking.
I don't know if I do it.
I'm speaking from like my experience going to the exhibition and being like, okay, this is going to be a weird question. I promise you, no one has asked this before. Can I buy one of the bows from the virtual experience? And they were like, what? And I was like, it could even be a broken bow that's been dry fired. Like, you name your price, I got you. And they were like, yeah, we're gonna have to ask our manager. And I was like, that's absolutely fine. Please do what you
Take your
need to
time.
do.
Please do.
And like, she was like, the employee like had like a little earpiece like walkie thing, and she like asked the question, and she like walked off and like repeated the question. So I'm like, I'm sure like I was like, and then like she like really awkwardly came back and she's like, yeah, so because we're not legally registered to sell weapons, we can't sell you a weapon. And I was like, that makes sense. And I realize that now I look absolutely crazy, but thank you for asking.
We have never gotten a question like this before, and we will never
And
get a question like this again.
and we will never see anything like it again.
Look at you dropping
But-
all these quotes. What is that, your third quote tonight? Just like
It's because I'm autistic and because sound bites just live in my head, and it's how I relate to the world.
I love that.
So yeah, that's what I do.
it's like
It also The Office.
oh yes, absolutely.
My life.
I think for me, it's like, what did our parents teach us? They taught us the worst thing they can say is no. So you ask, always ask.
Exactly.
You know, the worst they can
See, that doesn't work for my social anxiety because the worst
Same.
that they can say is no, and that's pretty darn bad.
I don't. Okay, here's the thing. I'm like, I'm never gonna see this person again. Who cares if they think I'm insane?
That doesn't work for me.
Really? I'm like,
No.
but I'm somebody who like walks around talking all about the Hunger Games, all about Twilight. People are probably so weirded out by me, and I'm just like, whatever. Never gonna see you, but
You
I'm-
might not ever see them again, but like they could forever think about that interaction, and I could forever remember that interaction. So,
Or you could see them again, and it'll be worse.
yeah.
You know what?
Thank you,
They'll
Jerry.
ask you about it. They'll be like, "Hey, I think I saw you asking to buy a weapon from the Hunger Games exhibit."
Yeah, I feel like I could never
That's
go there
what-
a second time.
And
I
then,
bet but that's what I did. I went there the next day and I looked them dead in the eye and I was like, hey, what's up? It's me.
yes, really.
But see, the thing is, I feel like I'm somewhere between the both of you, because like I deal with like rejection sensitive, what is it? RSD, rejection sensitivity dysphoria, which is where like it's a thing. Look it up. I can't explain it eloquently, but that's like where I relate to Emily and Jerry with like the anxiety of being told no or what, or like have some strange negative reaction. But then I'm also like, but the Hunger Games is my special interest, and like I feel unstoppable like
Yeah.
if I'm anywhere near the Hunger Games in any capacity. So it's like it ends up just being a very neutral interaction because the two just kind of like balance each other out. I end up, like,
I wish that
I'll,
worked
like,
for me.
Here's the
I'll like walk away from the interaction being like, that was a normal interaction.
yeah.
And it's rare that I feel that, but that's what I imagine it to feel like.
I feel like with me, I've worked in customer service, like stupid jobs for like all my life.
Mhm.
Well, I mean like the last few years. And for me, I've been asked every stupid, dumb,
Mhm.
weird question you could imagine. Like it just, and I realize like for me it doesn't make sense, but I understand being in the position of the customer who it's like asking that question. You have this full process. So for me, I'm like, all I say is like, oh no, or I don't know. It's kind of interesting to hear like weird, interesting questions. So for me, it's like
Mhm.
that's how I view it. I'm like, ask me anything, really. Like it's fine. I don't know. In the end, it's just
Yeah.
a conversation, and I don't care what anyone thinks about me because screw everyone. So
Similarly, when you
so
work
Emily-
in a chat,
well,
when you
we'll
work in
ask you.
it,
And this is why I'm a data analyst.
What were you gonna say, AJ? I cut you off. I'm sorry.
oh no, it's fine. It's probably just a delay in the audio for me. But no, I was just gonna say similarly, like working in tattoo shops, I have both heard and said very strange things. Like and like in the most recent tattoo shop job I had, which was being an assistant manager, and I was the one fielding client emails and responding to inquiries. Listen, when I read some of these like requests for tattoos that people have, and I'm either like, wow, that's a really brave choice,
Oh my
or
god.
or like this is ridiculous. But then I'm also like, I don't know. I don't, and it's occasionally, like the people who have the weird requests actually do end up booking an appointment, and then I meet them in person. 9 times out of 10, those people are either really cool because I'm like, oh, you're weird like me. This is great, or they're weird on like the bad end of the spectrum, but they don't care. So it's like, so I'm like, I'm like, either way, it's fine. Because if I'm that person where I end up meeting the person I'm asking the question to, and it turns out we just vibe, then that's best case scenario. And then the other option is like, oh, turns out we don't vibe at all. But guess what? It's the Hunger Games. Like, I don't care. Like,
Literally.
So
I'll tell anyone about
yeah.
it.
I don't know. Working at a front desk in a tattoo shop like was really anxiety inducing. I'm not, gonna lie about that or pretend like it was easy all the time, but it definitely gave me some skills for coping and like
Same.
managing like me being weird, managing them being weird. Like it's all good. In the end, it's all good.
Yeah. So we'll ask for you too, okay? AJ and I will
Okay.
you guys. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks. I mean, I'm over here eating poop to be a Hunger Games extra, so
Yeah, right.
I'm my
You
own.
can have that.
I'm a special kind of weird.
I
just
just
say-
want to see that coming.
Me neither. Emily, you just worry about the poop eating. We'll worry about asking the questions. All right. That seems like a fair, balanced, rational trade-off.
Thank you. But yeah,
This
so
This is what happens when we skip 1 week of tribute talk.
exactly. I'm like, I miss everyone. Oh.
Well, hopefully we get Dr. Gallcast next, and we won't have to skip another week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or Tigers on Thursday.
Or Tigress. I don't care about Tigress, but
Tigress on Thursday. Did anyone ever read the book, the children's book, The Tawny Scrawny Lion?
no.
So
Sorry, Holly.
Come again?
Book and so it's like it goes through the book and it's like so it follows the lion and it's like on Monday the lion ate this and on Tuesday the lion ate this and so that's how I'm picturing like on Monday we got Tom, on Tuesday we got Rachel. So who can we get on Thursday? So I'm just excited for that. Jerry, do you mean it though, Jerry? Here's the thing.
no, I do.
Do you mean it or are
no,
you
it's
into a
real.
corner?
It's real. It's real.
I'm
Lucy
holding you
Gray-
personally
Oh,
responsible.
All right, we're all
Lucy Gray
believing it.
It might be because Monday is like first day of the week, but like I don't know. So James is the third character for me, so that's Wednesday, and Lucy Gray's the second, so that's Tuesday.
Yeah, I feel.
Maybe
And
that's
Dr.
it.
Gall is number 1, so
Where is Dr.
so Sunday?
You just cracked the code.
So,
but
but
it's been
here's the
following it,
thing.
so
I don't think that. Well, I mean, I don't know, because it was Tom, then 2 weeks, and then Rachel, and then Rachel 2 weeks. So I don't think it'll be this Thursday unless we got our big 3 characters out of the way. So maybe they'll start doing it every week. Like that's what I'm curious about too.
Because we are headed towards the month of July at like full
Yeah.
speed now. Like July 1st is in basically 2 weeks.
Mhm.
So
And it looked like some of the cast was heading to location for, I guess, rehearsals.
and just like 48 of them in total be tributes and mentors. So I think
True.
like announcing them all in like bulks like we did last week, like every week or maybe twice a week, like how they did with the Janus. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna do all of them probably because they don't usually do that, or I don't assume they do. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
if they're even going to announce them all,
Yeah.
like officially, because if we don't have, like, for the first movie, we got everyone's names and pictures, even though some of them were like kind of had done stunt double sort of work, like stunt work. They weren't really
Taramackin.
actors. Yeah. Just
I don't
because
know.
of the way that they released it for marketing.
Yeah.
So if they're not doing it that way, then will they even announce who they are?
True.
Or will they just end up on IMDb at some point?
It might be that. It might just be, or so, yeah, just like I mean, I feel like characters like Gaul, Highbottom, even like Strabo Plinth, like, like the, I guess, tertiary
Yeah.
characters will probably get legit announcements for, especially if like the rumors are true that like, Viola Davis might be involved in some way, and that's like a big name actor, you know? And if they do keep that pattern of like small role, big actor, I feel like that'll get attention. But the other tributes and mentors could probably be either like another like mass announcement like they did for like these last 5 ones, or it could just be a you'll find out when you find out kind of deal.
I remember for the new Percy Jackson series, they announced a bunch of characters on the day where production started. So maybe they'll do that too.
It's possible also that
Mm.
like if let's say like somebody is cast to be, what's her name, like Lysistrata Vickers, I'm just taking that as an example, like the actress herself might post that to her personal social media, and then
Yeah.
that'll get wind within the fandom, but maybe it's not going to be like People Magazine, like,
Yeah, more like those people are allowed to say something now.
right. So
Hmm.
plus,
We'll see.
yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey, who are you?
I was just
Who are
thinking, like,
this
this is really off topic, but I'm thinking about who I would want Dr. Gall to be, and I found the perfect actress slash specific role she played. Did anyone see the movie Ma?
are you thinking of Octavia Spencer?
No.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Yeah.
Octavia Spencer, but I'm specifically thinking of Sue.
Oh yeah.
Octavia Spencer. I'm thinking of Sue Ann, aka her character in the movie, and I look up pictures of Sue Ann from Ma, and just like, this is Dr. Gall. Like, this is her. Don't make me drink alone. Don't make me drink alone.
Not that again.
It's
Oh,
very similar. It's similar in vibes to Hippity Hoppity.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yes.
I wonder if they're gonna keep that.
Probably
I
not.
wonder if they'll keep.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I doubt it.
I feel like it's like
It's a little
goofy.
cheesy. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of things from like the books, like memorable quotes from the books that never made it to the movies, like Effie's quote about Pearl or putting enough pressure on coal and it turns to diamonds. Is that what she says? I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like little things like that where it's like so iconic in the book, but they didn't carry that over into the films. And so I don't know. Hippity Hoppity might just make her feel funny
Yeah.
instead of like threatening.
Hippity hoppity. You're like, I don't know. You can make it dark.
I mean,
so fucking sad. Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm gonna go back
That's-
to that as a soundbite. Like, oh,
oh man,
that's all I needed in this life.
and Emily has just been cast as Dr. Gold strictly based on
I
that.
can announce it now. Lionsgate texted me.
Oh.
I'm bringing my own snakes.
Oh.
They're in the chat right now and they're like giving you the go ahead.
You got it.
Yes, I love that.
I feel like they're gonna like condense a lot in the movie. So maybe they'll add a bunch of stuff. Maybe they won't like focus too much on the characters, like I think someone said earlier. But they might cut a bunch of that unnecessary stuff from like the characters
Yeah.
like that.
I'm really hoping that Enjoy the Show will be in there somewhere.
Please.
If just in the marketing, like even if it's not in the actual film, but if it's in the marketing, that'll be good enough for me.
Enjoy
Ugh. It's so good. Like I'm kind of salty that they didn't go with that for the teaser and instead went with the world will know who
Or
is a
like back
songbird
to
and
the
who is a snake.
games, blah blah.
Yeah.
Enjoy the show. It's the best. Best line from the book.
Galena tunnel with red lights, blue in the turnstile. That was so good.
Literally.
They better be filming at the Olympic Stadium. They have the perfect turnstiles. I'm just saying.
I think
Those
they
are some
will.
grade A turnstiles.
Mm.
I love it. I love me a good turnstile.
Stop.
Emily, that's going to become you and I's random furniture fixation.
Oh no.
I'm going to need a whole turnstile in my house.
I don't think I haven't already thought about that.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm saying it. Because we're the same.
Well, sweet. Do we have any other news? Like, I feel like we got a lot last
Yeah,
week.
I don't think so. That was a lot last week.
Yeah.
You got snakes?
Yes.
Mhm.
I did get snakes.
So I thought it was going to be the happiest day of your life because you got your snakes
Oh my
and you
gosh.
got Sejanus. You know, but then you weren't happy with Sejanus. So then I was kind of like depressed about it for a little bit.
I was like, at least I have my snakes.
Yeah.
Aw.
Mhm.
I have my
Okay,
snakes to
sounds-
comfort me.
Announce your snakes' names to everyone.
There's a green one and an orange one. The orange one is Flicker, short for Yellow Flicker Beat. And the green one is Ballad. But
Oh.
Ballad is not doing so
Mm.
well, so we'll see. He might
Thoughts
not,
and prayers
might
for
not make
Ballad,
it.
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I like Ballad more, so I hope he makes it.
You like Ballad more? You don't like Flicker?
No, I told you. I told you I like Ballad more. Like
I love Flicker.
when you did the unboxing, I watched it. I'm proud of myself because I'm really petrified of snakes. And the green, like I just like the green. I could also like tell that you liked Flicker more, so I was like, fine.
So Ballad needs some love.
Yeah, he can feel it.
we
Well,
need
you can be Ballad's godmother.
Yay! Okay, perfect. So does that mean like you're gonna give him to me or like what?
If anything happens to
Summer.
me, he's going to you in my will.
Oh no, take me out, take me out.
You already agreed. It's done.
You should say me, but then like in parentheses be like actually send it to AJ or Jerry. Because if I got a snake delivered to me, I told you what happened last weekend. That would happen to
Oh, the snake murder story?
this.
Controversial.
Yeah,
Not
we're
clickbait.
PETA. Because I literally told my dad to murder a snake and he did it with a rake. Anyway, enough about me. But yes, we love Ballad and Flicker. So congratulations on becoming a boy mom. I love I love
Oh, just like Jen.
Yay! But yes. Anyone have anything else? I'm just picturing Ma as Dr. Ball.
I mean, it's gonna be Viola Davis, but
Chill. I would have liked not knowing. Oh wait, Taylor's in the comments. Taylor!
Taylor, why are you in the comments
Taylor.
and not here?
Heck, Emily. You're like, well, it's Taylor, and you're like Taylor.
That needs to be a soundbite.
Taylor.
Yeah.
She came for talk of snakes because we have our favorite pets. But you came too late, Taylor. We already talked about everything.
Wow.
Rude. It's like you don't even care about us.
She says she's in the waiting room.
What?
I'm just seeing a message
Holy.
from 2 minutes ago that says she's in the waiting room.
Okay, yes.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, Taylor. Queen Taylor.
Hi.
Oh, I love your sweet
I'm-
voice. How are you?
I'm just a little late.
See, now we gotta, okay, let's run it back from the top.
Here we go. Okay.
Casting on Tuesday.
What are
Sorry.
your thoughts on Sejanus before we exit out for the night? Let us know what you think about him.
I don't know. He's not what I pictured like at all. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll do a good job, but I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all kind of on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Sejanus, I feel like he was described as more like, I don't know, not like that guy. Just I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get you. What about the other
Like a little more scrawny. I was thinking more scrawny and like, I don't know.
I used the word lanky.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Wasn't he described like that, or did we all just think of him that way for
Was it just fan art that ruined us? I don't know.
maybe?
I just don't
The age-old
recall.
question.
I'm curious about that. I want to look at the wiki real quick. What did you think of the other tributes, Taylor?
I think they'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as a tribute, you can kind of just cast, I feel like, anybody.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of like stake writing on it, really. It's just kind of, I mean, they've got big parts, but they're not like as big as the main three.
Well, now I hope they don't knock down Clemencia's part at all. I hope
Yeah.
it stays in there because I really like her.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so physical description of Sejanus. He had soulful brown eyes and a tall, angular frame. So we all did not just picture that. It was because it was actually written about him.
Yeah.
There we
But
go.
he could be 5'8", he could be 5'9", he could be
He could be 6'1". We don't know.
Taylor, we were like looking it up. We were like, oh, like, what do we think like I was just comparing heights. And then I was like, yeah, he's 6'1". And then Emily's like, well, I actually heard that it could be either 6'1" or 5'8". And then I started looking through all the different like websites that have Josh's height. And it was just, like all these different heights. I'm like, okay, so who's right? And why are we lying here? Like
Gonna have to watch West Side Story and compare his height to somebody else that's more sure.
Rachel
Yeah.
is 5'2".
Wow, she's smaller than me.
She's really small. It'll be so funny to see
Their
her.
height difference. Yeah.
Mom's a foot taller than her, pretty much. But yeah, I'm glad you could jump in at the end.
Right at the end.
Yeah, because we love to have.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I never know what day of the week it is, and I was not home at 9 o'clock, and I was like, oh my gosh. I'm so
Anytime I get
sorry.
to spend with you is perfect.
We've all been
Aw.
there.
I need to set a reminder for every Monday.
Oh,
This is what it's like, teacher during summertime. I just never know what day it is.
you
Sounds
deserve
nice.
it. Yeah, you deserve some time off, Taylor. Teachers are assholes, so enjoy it.
Yeah.
School will already be back before you know it. Okay, I'm looking
Oh.
at a picture of so Rachel compared to Josh. He looks to be like maybe 6 inches taller than her. So I'm kind of believing the like 5'8", 5'9".
That's kind of what I think.
Yeah. And then Tom's just gonna be like Slender Man over them or something.
Hmm
How
See,
tall is he?
I feel like Tom looks more like Sejanus
I
in
could-
like his like build, like his body
Mhm.
type. It's just kind of
Yeah.
how I pictured Sejanus.
Yeah.
But I'll live. It'll be fine.
Will you, Emily?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Who ordered this ballad news? I don't know. Oh, also, I guess as we sort of wrap things up, we're reminding you to sign up for our giveaway on Instagram. And we are giving away Hunger Games DVDs, the new Target edition. Yes. So go follow us, check that out, and keep your eyes peeled. Follow Jerry's account, if anything, because Jerry is like on the news every second. I need to set up my notifications because I always find out that way. But yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else have anything they want to add before we close things out for the week?
I don't think so.
Tiger Thursday.
Thursday. Everyone, the prophet has spoken.
Thursday vibes.
Jerry, we love you. If you're wrong though,
Oh,
you're gonna be dumped from trivia talk.
Wow.
I could never go back to Jerry. You know this. So yeah, everyone keep your eyes peeled. Thursday, unofficially, Jerry says there's news, and so I believe him. But
Woo.
otherwise, we should have an episode coming out this weekend, I think.
About what? I don't know.
Still figuring it out. But yeah. And follow AJ, follow Taylor, follow Jerry, follow everyone. And we'll see you next week with more news.